Okay, here we are again, right in the middle of it. We are still playing as the Republic of Ireland, and over in Germany, Hitler has just kicked the bucket, which means shit is about to go off in a few days. So let's see what happens. Okay, it grinds to a stop here, so something should be happening now. And there we go. So this is basically a four-way affair. The main competitors in the German Civil War are Reinhard Heydrich, Martin Bormann, Hermann Göring and Albert Speer, representing different Nazi factions here, with Göring being the militarist candidate, with support from mostly the Wehrmacht, Bormann being the Conservative Party official, basically fighting for the status quo, Speer being kind of a China-style reformer or a bit like that, and Heydrich being an apocalyptic SS asshole, probably bound to bring about the thermonuclear apocalypse. So, here we go. Let's see what kicks off here. So, formally the Republic of Ireland is part of the German Unity Pact, a loose alliance of satellite states and similar. And that pact just fell apart, leading to a political chaos even in Ireland. And Ireland just got cut off from most of its economic support. We get a new focus tree, trying to somewhat stabilize the situation here. Yeah, Germany is collapsing, blah 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 blah. Irish economy collapses due to lack of German investors in mega corporations. This sounds all really unpleasant. So let's go here. And we have another war kicking off. The SS state of Burgundy against the remnants of France run by collaborators. The outcome of that is pretty much pre-decided, with Himmler and his SS troops being bound to overrun most of France. Crank up the production a bit. Brittany is joining in as well. So Burgundy is a bit of a special deal. It's basically the SS getting to run its own country as it sees fit. Being quite hostile to Germany because they think Germany is not sufficiently Nazi anymore. And here we have the eastern colony of the Reichskommissariat Ostland, which also erupts in another civil war with similar factions to Germany. It's basically a colonial empire back east here, originally run by some unpleasant asshole from my old home state of Schleswig-Holstein. who in our universe got to peacefully retire in the early 60s. Oh, and the Ulster Volunteer Force. Okay. This is way too much shit happening at once here. German territory of Muscovian. So basically Western Russia is also experiencing a civil war, and we have problems with the Ulster Volunteer Force coming out to play and trying to do their usual terror attack shit. Well, that's probably not good. We'll see what comes out of that. German army assumes control of Germania, what used to be Berlin, and declaring neutral. And the next civil war is kicking off. This time over in England with fascist collaborators against a united front of resistance organizations. Yeah, no one cares about Africa right now. There's an uprising in Poland with the Home Army trying to throw off the German occupation, which may or may not succeed, but will probably get eaten up again later. Yeah, we have the English Civil War. I wish them the best of luck here. France is eating shit already. Yeah, there is a version of Banksy here. And the worst case scenario. Just delving into the situation of the average population here, and it's unsurprisingly being complete shit. Everyone is feeling really depressed about it. Our economy is in free fall. We are having everything go to shit, so let's look at emergency measures here. Calming people down. Pay cuts for the government. Not sure that's gonna help in the situation. What have we here? Closing down the stock market and printing more money. Wow, that's solid economic policy if I've ever seen it, so let's go for that. Serbia is having a war. Some assholes in Ostland are fighting each other. And the German colonies in Africa form their own alliance. Blah 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 blah. So Ostland is a bit of an interesting case. We have various Nazi factions. We have local collaborators who might not want to be collaborators anymore. We have reformers here, conservative there. There's assholes somewhere over here, somewhere. And Jewish partisans who basically just want to murder as many Germans as possible. Sadly, they rarely win in this. Serbian uprising. basically the whole Nazi empire here in Europe is rapidly falling apart now because they all try to murder each other. More economic crisis. Bread prices soar. Let's have a nice famine, why not? Skipping meals. Citizens despairing. That's not good. Karl Dönitz occupies the Crimea and most of the German Navy. Well, good for him. And France surrenders to the SS, which is bad for them and bad for the rest of mankind, because they now control most of France. Hyperinflation. That's good, or not. Maybe printing money wasn't the smartest idea, but here we are. People are rapidly fleeing somewhere. Oh god. And South Africa is collapsing into war as well. War uprising against the nominally Democratic Union of South Africa down here, which will likely soon see German intervention. Germans are abandoning occupied Norway, so the dominoes are in falling in rapid succession now here. Well, they probably won't miss the Germans. South African War. So the South African War is basically this universe's equivalent to the Vietnam War. Which has the potential to tie down both the German colonies and the US for a prolonged period of time. Most relevant to us is probably the English Civil War right now, with heavy fighting around Manchester and down south. Its outcome is pretty undecided most of the time. What do we have here? Priest complaining about Germans in Ireland. People are increasingly unhappy about this. Irish nationalism was a mistake here. And if you want to make a bad situation even worse, there's always the option of paramilitary violence, like random bombings. And I have to investigate this shit now. The Ulster Volunteer Force. And there we have it. German intervention in South Africa. And the Norwegian resistance has enacted a coup in Norway. That's a new one. Interesting. We have to pick new emergency measures. Seatbelts, everyone. Oh yeah, corporate bailout. There we go. Questioning witnesses of a bombing. Witness protection. Not sure that's going to work, but here we are. African National Congress is rising up against apartheid. Not that it's likely to work, but good luck to them. Time to rise up against German rule? Probably. Irish youth volunteering for the English Civil War? Well, socialist offspring of the IRA bombing people, no? something better. The ANC, well, can't be hard. And there happens the bailout. Okay, now we can tell people to calm down. That's going to be helpful. Some poor sop being fired for being Jewish. Resistance is slowly pushing south. Looks like they might actually win this time. Situation in Germany seems somewhat complicated. It's probably Bormann winning it again. Calm down, like Parliament. My cough is getting worse. I think I'll call it a day now. So thanks for watching.